In this video I want to show you how to easily and quickly create quests using the bot map mod Sibnik. This quest will be that I need to take the task from the NPC, go to a certain point, take items from there and bring them back. That is, return them to him. Let's start creating this task. First, we will create an NPC. I go to the starting point where I need to spawn NPC. Start creating bots. Create a bot. You can take the name of the bot at will and specify the random group. Spawn. When the server is launched, here we specify the name of the dialogue. Let's say it will be task. We specify the name of the set. I have already created this set. This is a set with clothes to dress the bot. In the effects, we completely disable the damage. That is, the bot is inviolable. We save it so we indicate the coordinates exactly those coordinates where you are now. We save confirm. Let's spawn the unit. And here it is. Next, we need to create two tags. One mark will be responsible for dialogue work. Mark. Save the label and create another one. We create a mark for the reward. Here we leave the item to be brought. Here we enter the class name of the item that we will need to bring to the NPC. Here we indicate what items we will receive after we bring these items. You can specify by class names. For example, if I specify an apple, then I will receive an apple. I will get 2 apples. In this quest one will use sets. Let's call it a reward set. Spawn when the server is started. Yes. Save the mark. Go to sets. Here we need to create 2 sets. Create a set with a reward. You can choose any clothes. To do this, specify the container. I will take a container of 50 liters. I will throw in there various kinds of clothes. All. We have a name. Save. And the next set we create is the set where we need to spawn exactly those items that we will have to bring to NPC. Let's call the set 3.1. That's it. These are the 2 keys that we need to bring to NPC. Save, then we create a dialogue. Press add. And here we enter the name of the dialogue that is displayed in the bot. We have written this dialogue in the bot settings. We do the same thing with the server. Here we enter the initial phrase when interacting with the bot. Next, we go to the dialogue structure. Here we add the dialogue pod. Here we write the player's words. In this field, we write the bot's answer. Go on, confirm, Go on. Create a pod dialog. And with this phrase we complete the first dialog. Next, we need to make sure that if a player has been kicked out or a restart has occurred, the trigger that will be spawned through the dialog will be removed. The player will have a mark that will allow to restart the quest and add the dialog. We created this dialog for the reset. Next, we create a dialog for completing the task. Here we create a pod dialog. Let's save it. Next, what do we need? If this task is one time, we need to create conditions. Go to Edit, go to Conditions, create the following conditions. Put this condition and enter the mark. This condition will allow us to see the dialog before taking the quest. After we get the quest, we will get this mark and this dialog will be inaccessible for us. Go to the end of the first dialog. Go in. In action 1 and here we give a mark. Mark number 1, since our mark has a 0 value. Next, here, we will need to spawn a trigger. We will call the trigger garage. Garage 0. Here in the action 2 we close the dialog. Now, to reset the task, we go to the condition. We put a mark here, there is a number 1. And the name of the mark. This condition will allow us to see this dialog after acquiring this mark. In action 1, we do drop the mark. In action 2, close the dialog. Next, about completion of the task. As we have already created a mark of the reward, here. In the condition we set the following conditions. That is, this dialog will be displayed only if you have this mark and the conditions of this mark are met. That is, you have items that are written in the mark. Let's move on to the final dialog. And here in the action 2 we choose to give a mark, to give a reward. That is, at the end of the dialog, by pressing the last phrase, we will receive the reward. And in Action 2 close the dialog. That's it. In fact, the dialog structure is written here. And create a trigger. We are writing the name that we indicated in the dialog garage, 0. I set a rectangular trigger. 10 × 10 meters. I set coordinates according to my position. I make the trigger point a little lower and create my cylinder. In conditions, we create the following. That is the player, and has a mark number. One. The next action in the trigger itself is the spawn of the container. We delete this trigger and the player gets a mark. The value is 1. And that's it. The trigger is created. So, that's the end of the video. Next we need to create a container. Go to the point where it should be. Click on Create Container. We write the name, set the coordinates of the position for the player, select the container. Volume. Go to another and set the parameter. You can take, you cannot put. As soon as it becomes empty, it will delete itself, and we write in the already created set where the items that need to be brought to the bot are. We save it, the loop container is saved. Now we can go to the check of this quest. Save it again. And move to NPC. We approach the NPC and take the task. Check. We have a span trigger. There is a mark 1. Now we see we have a dialog too. Reset the task. That is, provided that we have a mark. Now we run to the trigger. That is, to the point where we have a span trigger. Logo shows the trigger is working. Here is the container. Here are the items that we have written in the containers set. We take it in. Return to our NPC. We can see the task to complete the task. If we throw away the items that we have to bring to it, this task will not be displayed. See, there is no dialog. Now we can complete the mission. The tool is gone and the loot appears, which we have written in the reward set.